Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I think we're going to start. We're at 3 minutes after 2 o'clock, so I want to make sure we get things started on time so we can all enjoy a nice happy hour afterwards. So my name is Jackie Higgins. I'm the stewardship chair this year for ASLA San Diego, and I just wanted to thank you all for being here today. There's been a lot of publicity lately about the drought and water restrictions, and we feel very strongly as landscape architects about our resource of trees that we have, especially in our urban environment. So that's kind of how the topic for this fall's event came up in our discussions within the committee. So we have, first of all, I guess I just want to also thank the sponsors of this event. Without our sponsors, we wouldn't be able to have such a beautiful venue, and I love the hors d'oeuvres afterwards. So thank you so much to Gale Materials and Tri-C. And they'll be outside afterwards during the happy hour, so you can chat with them. I also wanted to thank our Four Seasons sponsors that come back and sponsor the San Diego chapter of ASLA every year. Again, without our sponsors, we wouldn't be able to put on these wonderful events and be able to create awareness within the community about what we're doing and some of the better practices that we're discovering as we go along. So our Four Seasons sponsors are Modern Building Supply, Thompson's Building Materials, TB Pennick, Hydroscape, and Repro Haus. So thank you to those sponsors as well. So we have an incredible lineup today. I'm very honored and pleased with all the speakers that are going to be talking with us today. As you can see from the agenda that's up on the screen, we will have a half hour for questions and answers at the end of all the presentations. So feel free to either keep your questions until then if it's a longer question, but if it's something short, you can also ask the presenter at the end of their presentation. So Bob Perry is going to be our first presenter this afternoon, and Bob's going to talk to us a little bit about his research on carbon sequestration and how it affects our urban trees and our urban environment. And then Bob's going to hand it off to Abigail Schrader, who's representing CAL FIRE today, and she's going to discuss the work that CAL FIRE has been doing to monitor the urban forests. So that's going to be awesome. And then Abigail will hand it over to Robin Reve. And Robin is going to discuss a lot of topics with us today. And she's brought along some props, so there's going to be a little show and tell as well, which is always fun. And Robin's going to talk about tree selection as well as tree quality and nursery quality and things to look for when you're selecting plants. And then finally, last but not least, is Bill. Bill's back there right now. And Bill's going to talk to us about our local drought issues and how our local trees are being affected by the drought and things to keep in mind when we're adjusting for these water restrictions and turf removals. So, and then Bill will wrap it up for us. So without further ado, I'll hand it over to you, Bob. Welcome, Bob Perry.
Oh, a clicker, yeah.
So, Michelle's going to run the video real quick.
Okay, sure.
So before Bob talks, I just wanted to point out this great resource for you guys. Up and running. So I don't know if you guys are aware, this was released by NASA last November. And what NASA is doing is they're monitoring the way that trees benefit the global environment and the contribution that they make towards reducing kind of greenhouse gases and the things that we want to get out of the atmosphere to prevent global warming. So I apologize that the audio on this is not hooked up because we didn't think that through. But you can see as the trees, we're coming out of the season where the trees aren't actively growing. You have a lot of the red up in the top upper northern hemisphere. And then as you go into spring, you can see the time of year down here, you start seeing the plant growth of trees and shrubs starting to reduce those gases that affect our global warming. So they're going to be tracking, NASA's going to be tracking this every year. They've modeled 2006 because that was the first year that they really identified global warming being the trend. So this is almost the benchmark of what we started with. And then they'll be monitoring and modeling this every year and making that information available. So a great resource. We'll post a link on the stewardship website so you can link directly to it. But it is available on YouTube and on the NASA Goddard Space Center website.
It's about a 3-minute video it's very interesting.
So you can see now we're in summer when you have the plant growth, and you can see how much a lot of the greenhouse gases have been reduced in the northern hemisphere. And you start seeing the purple down here, and this is where burning is happening in the southern hemisphere in Africa and South America, and different types of gases from those clearing of forests. And they walk you through in the video what exactly carbon monoxide and the different gases. So a great resource I just wanted to make you aware of.
Thanks, Michelle. Sorry I jumped the gun there.